Hello students, welcome back to history class. In last class we have discussed about moderates and radicals. Today let us discuss about partition of Bengal. Now let us see what is the reason for the partition of Bengal. The anti-British sentiment was more in the Bengal region and it was the center for the anti-British protest. Means more people in this area was against the British, and in order to suppress this protest, in that time Lord Curzon was the viceroy of Bengal, and in order to suppress this protest against the British, Lord Curzon thought of dividing Bengal in the name of the administration. And in front of the people he discussed that we are going to divide Bengal for the administrative purpose. But actually it was not like that. They wanted to suppress the protest against the British. So they wanted to divide the Bengal. In reality, Bengal had more concentration of Muslims and Hindu people. More population of Hindus and Muslims were in the Bengal region. The census report had indicated that east part of the Bengal had more number of Muslims and west part of Bengal had more number of Hindus. The British divided Bengal in 1905. Like this, British thought of suppressing the spirit of national freedom struggle with the partition of Bengal. In this way, they divided Bengal into two parts, that is Eastern Bengal and the West Bengal. And east part more Muslims were there and the west part more Hindus were. According to religion, they started to divide Indians in the Bengal region. They used their divide and rule policy. But this partition of Bengal in 1905, it was opposed by Indian National Congress leaders, and the Bengali language could unite the Hindu and Muslim communities. Raksha Bandhan cultural festival was held to bring in unity among Hindus and Muslims, and Indian National Congress leaders, they wanted to join the Hindus and Muslims together in the Bengal region. So they started to make the Raksha Bandhan and so many cultural festivals between the Muslims and Hindus. The partition of Bengal resulted in the widespread protest across the country. The radicals took the issue into the common people, and they called for boycotting of foreign goods. This means the leaders announced that to stop the usage of the foreign goods and the institution that encouraged it. And Indians were encouraged to use local goods. Only Indians goods were used by the Indians, and the British government withdrew the Bengal Protection Order in 1911. And because of all this effect, because the Indian National Congress leaders all involved in this matter, and they made a protest against the British. So because of these and all reason, the British government withdrew the Bengal Partition Order in 1911. Again, you have to remember that the partition of Bengal was in the year of 1905. It was did by Viceroy Lord Curzon, and it was withdrawn by Bengal Viceroy in 1911. In that time, Balagangadhar Tilak declared that Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. Attaining complete freedom was the aim of the radicals. In this time, Tilak declared that Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. And radicals, the main aim of the radicals were the complete freedom of our country. And they tried to organize the common people of India, and they attempted to organize people by employing religious celebrations, etc. And they used Ganesha, Shivaji and Durga celebrations to organize people against the British. And Muslim League was born in 1906. Muslim League Party was born in 1906 to protect the Muslim identity. To protect the Muslims' identity, and one league they formed, that is Muslim League. It was in 1906. Year is very important. Tilak published Kesari, means Tilak published Kesari in Marathi language and Maratha in English language. The newspapers Kesari in Marathi language and Maratha in English language. And he encouraged common people to protest against the British. The radical writing to Tilak galvanized the common people. He attracted by his writing, the common people attracted towards his writing, and the British arrested Tilak due to these developments. Because of this reason, the British government arrested Tilak. And Tilak wrote a book, Gita Rahasya, in the prison, and which further fueled the freedom fever. And in that he written about the freedom of our country, and it was a boosting things for the common people. This book was a boosting thing for the common people to fight against the British. Next we have to learn about the revolutionaries. Here revolutionaries also, they dreamed about attaining complete freedom for our country, and they believed that they can drive away British, and they can get freedom from the British by only the violent method. They used only the violent method, and they established secret associations, different areas of the country, and they started collecting weapons and money for an armed struggle against the British. Secretly they started to make the meeting, and secretly they collected money and arms against the British. Arms means weapons against the British, and they provided training also for the people. A secret organization named Lotus and Dagger was founded in England. In England, they made an organization, the Indian organization, that is violent way they used there, and that organization name is Lotus and Dagger. And people, Arvind Ghosh, who were in England, supported the revolutionaries through this organization. And similarly, another revolutionary organization called Ghadar Party in USA. In USA also, Indian people joined together and they made an organization that is known as Ghadar Party. And Abhinava Bharata and Anushilana Samiti were two important secret organizations in India. In India also two secret organizations they made, that is Abhinava Bharata and Anushilana Samiti, and in USA they made it as Ghadar Party, and in England they made it as Lotus and Dagger. These are the secret organizations made by the revolutionaries. They used bombs and guns to achieve their goal. The government tried to suppress them by arresting them and hanging them unto death. Arvind Ghosh, V.D. Sarwarkar, Ashwini Kumar Datta, Sitaram Rajguru, Chapakar brothers, Vishnu Shastri, Shyamji Krishna Varma, Ras Bihari Bose, Madam Kama, Kudiram Bose, Ram Prasad Bismil, Ashfaq Khan, Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar Azad were the important revolutionary leaders. The dream of revolutionaries to bring freedom to India quickly did not materialize completely. They cannot made it quickly. Still, they were the fountains of spirit to the Indian freedom movement. Many of the radicals later became revolutionaries. Many radical leaders afterwards they became as revolutionaries, and they continued their efforts. Arvind Ghosh was one such a leader. The role of revolutionaries is important in the annals of the Indian history. And these are the information about the partition of Bengal and revolutionaries. In this, partition of Bengal is very important. I hope you all are understood these topics. Next class I'll give you notes. Thank you, students.